Welcome back, you beautiful people, to episode 1 of the Asaris of the Rim. So this is Combat Extended with all of the Rimeffect mods, and then with the Rimeffect races that's been updated. So say like the Blood Pack, the Blue Suns, the Eclipse, all use Mass Effect weapons, and they also bring Mass Effect mechs along as well. So it's going to be super cool. So it is a Mass Effect playthrough, which is super cool. We went with the Alliance start. And so this is our little Alliance outpost that we're going to need to try to fix up and get going. Pretty good. We did start with a decent start, so that is 3 prefab solar collectors, which is very nice. It is combat extended, so this is going to be brutally difficult. And then we're also starting with 5 Asari. Now, Asaris being as bionically talented as they are, I think it was only fair that we started with a bunch of bionics. So we just got to get them installed, and then we should be pretty sweet to go. As for the weapons that we're starting with 1 Mantis sniper rifle, 1 M8 Avenger, then we've also got a halberd battle rifle kind of thing. I'll be interested to see how this plays out. Then we've also got, and these two have the M9 Tempest. So it is a submachine gun, and they need subs to be able to use their bionic powers. Now, they don't have bionic powers installed just yet, but they will. But the thing that we got to worry about is we got 33 manhunting gazelles coming straight at our base. So yeah, that is going to be fun. We haven't even had time to load up our weapons. You got ammo, so you can move across here, so you're out of the way. You've got some ammo, so you move across. Do you have anything on you? Well, you apparently got another sniper rifle for some reason, so let's drop that. Let's get you to reload. How are you doing? You've got kit as well, which is fine. And then I'm going to need you to pick up a couple of these thermal clips. And hopefully we can get in a position and shoot these gazelles down before we get overrun and wiped out on the first episode. So thank you very much. Let's see how this turns out. Interesting start to episode 1. Okay, we're already out of ammo on a few things. And I think this is going to be running gun central right here. Thankfully, the Rimeffect weapons are pretty powerful. You're going to need to move that way, because if you get shot in the back, you are dead. Simple as that. These guns will not be messing around. Cool. Tidied up those gazelles quite nicely. Alright, let's get to sorting this space out. So, we got storage down here. So, let's allow all. Let's just get some things moving. Looks like we've got a little rec room here. And we've got some walls over this point as well. So we'll move the walls in, get these in, so then we can basically wall that area off, and we'll turn that into a stockpile zone as well, just so we know the stuff isn't going to deteriorate. As for bedrooms, we did not get lucky on that front. we got power. We got a little mini turret, which actually I'm going to be interested in see what it does, using thermal clips. Standard accelerator slug has 15mm of armor penetration, which is quite good, and then the AP has 30mm of armor penetration, which is pretty beast. And then you've also got Cairo, high explosives, incendiary, disruptor. Yeah, there is quite a lot going on. Okay, we did just use 1 Omnigel. So Omnigel is another thing that has been added in under the Rimeffect. Now this basically just heals all injuries in one go. Doesn't cure scars or anything, but it does make a massive difference. Very, very expensive to buy. Difficult to produce, very difficult to produce, but not impossible. So if you can actually get the manufacturing up for Medigel, yeah, you are laughing. We've also given everyone 1 suit of Alliance armor and also 1 Alliance helmet apiece. Now this armor isn't particularly good. It's somewhere in between recon armor and trooper armor, which obviously is nothing to sneeze at. And then for our Asaris, we have Liara, and then we're gonna need to figure out how to pronounce those without butchering them. So if you want to rename them, feel free. Now these guys down here have the bionic trait, so let's get them set up so they can use the bionic powers, which would be super tasty. That is going to be huge. And bionic powers were devastating in just standard Rimworld. Well, Rimeffect world, I guess, at that point. So I'm very interested to see what these are actually going to end up doing. We do have a little bit of clipping on the helmets, But hopefully once we get bigger helmets that won't be a big issue. And so yeah, we're going to have some very, very powerful Asari straight off the bat, which I am looking forward to. We also have a bunch of bionics sets, so let's give them to this one, because we do like our bionics, has to be said. Okay, let's see what luck we got with our bionic powers. And unfortunately, well, bionic singularity is pretty good. Bionic flare, there are better ones, has to be said. Okay, focus and extend most of the bionic energy to unleash a huge flare that throws enemies within its range, causing massive damage. Now that actually could be amazing. Bionic throw could be quite good fun. And then we also have bionic pull, which probably get us killed. Bionic barrier, so that's armor, which is going to be pretty useful. And bionic singularity, which could be absolutely insane. The gravitational power sucks multiple enemies within the radius into a single area, leaving them helpless and vulnerable to attacks. Cool. And if we can get someone with bionic annihilation field, which no you don't, you got bionic focus, which again is pretty garbage, and you have the same powers. Cool. Maybe the other powers need to be unlocked, because these are more like utility based, whereas the other ones are damage based. I guess maybe that's a balance. Whom knows? Let's get some power in. That is going to be fairly important. We don't have any batteries, which is a bit of a shame. And we're going to have to start sorting this base out nice and quickly. And unsurprisingly, I did think that would be an ancient danger, and yes, it is an ancient danger right next to our base. We really can't do too much with that at the moment. Our armor is pretty garbage, so it will just get shot through pretty much instantly. So yeah, we're going to have to leave that. Maybe some sappers go through, and it looks fairly big as well. So there could be some good loot in there, which is something that we probably should keep an eye out for. And straight off the bat, for research, we are going to go into batteries. Because, well, we've got solar panels, so batteries are going to be good. And then with our high-tech researcher bench, we can't actually research too much with it at the moment. Cool. But there's going to be a whole bunch of things that we are going to be able to play with. We also have the RTS mod in, so we are going to be able to fly the spaceships, which is going to be pretty sweet. And the other bit is this Colonial Defense Force. Those mechs have now been updated, so I imagine they're going to be shooting similar rounds, like the Yami mechs, similar to that of a Centipede. So we are looking forward to playing with those. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, that is a way away. Setting up some grow zones so we can kick out a whole bunch of rice. I think that'll do us for the moment, just 2 fields. If we need more, we can always expand, but what we want to do is we want to move across to hydroponics fairly soon. The hydroponics are going to work better all year round, so we only have a growing season of 50 of the 60 days. Not because it gets cold, because we are in Arab shrubland, it's because I think it gets too hot. So if we can keep the crops inside, they should grow pretty quick. Only issue we might run into is when we have to grow the blaze bulbs. They are probably going to go and catch themselves on fire and burn the base down, which is something I'm probably going to put money on happening. We could expand across to here, take the bottom out, and then have some more bedrooms, take those ones, put them over here, or expand that out. As for what we are going to be doing with the base, I am not too sure at the moment, but there is things that we do need to do, like, let's get uninstall these. Then I think we're going to need to wall off across there, then probably start hauling in some stone chunks so we can wall across this bit, then hopefully down to there and across, and that'll be our base section, which will force everything else on the map into this area, and then we'll come across, like, say, down here, and then have a nice big firing semicircle here, which is just going to blow everything apart that comes onto the map. And seeing as we got new guns and stuff, I think it will be fun to try out. But what we could be doing in this time is setting up a butchering table, because with the butchering table we are going to be able to start breaking down some of these gazelles, and we can put some cooling in, and let's find a good area to wall off to create a cold storage room. And as we have found out the hard way many times before, you need to get these manufacturing benches up as soon as possible, because basically all of the Rimeffect technology pretty much comes from here. So if we don't get these up rapid, then yeah, we are going to get ourselves bottlenecked. We are going to try to keep as close to the Rimeffect like technology as we can, because there's going to be a Rimeffect playthrough. There are things that we will be using just because it is combat extended, and the Rimeffect mod, despite being fantastic, doesn't have all of the things that you need to survive in combat extended. Well, imagine if I was a better player, I'd probably be able to do it, but I kind of like cannons, big cannons, and I like reinforced walls, and those are things, well, you kind of get them, but you get better ones in other mods, so we're going to go with those. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Ninxana thinks you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called? We'll go with Infiltration Unit 6, that seems pretty good. And Ninxana also thinks you should give this settlement a name. What should this local settlement be called? And we're going to go for the Temple of Athena. Homage to the one in Thesa, I think it's called, which it is the Asari home planet. And to me, that makes some sense. Cool. Right, what we have done is we've got our two manufacturing benches up. This is where pretty much all of the Mass Effect technology will come from. We got some sort of storage area set, not a great one. And that being said, let's expand that zone and drop it into here, because we are going to try to keep it cold, but that really isn't happening at the moment. We will need to put an airlock in here and then something across there. And our turret is online as well, which is pretty cool. And we'll go with the steel prefab industrial door. They have a good look to them. Are you loaded? Yes. And we've already gone over the damage on them, but they can hold their own pretty well. So that is going to be quite nice. And then we need to start looking into breaking down a whole bunch of stone and start working this way around. And maybe a rat run in there would make sense. That being said, we do need a whole bunch more steel. Rice is coming on okay, so I think it is time that we start producing some other crops. We'll go 7 by 15. So this one will go onto cotton, and then this one will go onto hill root. Not that hill root is super useful to us right now, but it is going to be better than not having it, because we will need it eventually. And as for our processor room, I think we might just extend down to here and then put it in. So it's going in a little bit earlier than other playthroughs, but fairly simply, we have a lot of building to do. And we're also getting a whole bunch of stone chunks, so we might as well get it to use. And then we'll also go down here. And that should tie us over for a little bit. Okay, our first raid is coming in from the super snipers, even though he has an axe, so it doesn't quite make sense to me. But fair enough. And what is wrong with you? Recreation deprived, darkness, ugly. Right, yeah, I literally have just forgotten to give them all of their basic needs. Fantastic, I am a good overlord. So let's go recreation. You can have a horseshoe pin. Let's put that there. That seems like a good place. And let's go furniture. Let's get some dining table chairs, I guess. Steel dining chair. Cool. And yeah, we'll just put them like that. That will do for the moment. And from there, let's get a chessboard. We can make that a granite, which is super useful. Still got to put the chair in, which is still fairly expensive. And yeah, we'll expand this in a second. And then you, Ninxana, are with me. Ninxana is in range, and we've got the bionic singularity. Let's chuck that down and see what we can do to Clark. A little bit distorted. If we go bionic pull, do we get the old synergy or not? No, just pulls him straight towards you, damages him a little bit. Okay, can't use bionic pull for some reason. Not a problem. Okay, have your gun on. They are pinging about. That's cool. Interesting. If that's actually a thing, that once that collapses, they get pulled back into it if you pull them out, that actually has some serious potential. Now for gear, I don't imagine you're going to have anything, are you? No, we'll leave them be. We opened up the base there. Turns out that's why they couldn't get out, because we had them trapped. But we have finished off batteries, which is obviously quite good for us. So I think we just wall it in like that for the moment. Put the door in so sappers don't come in and take them out. And they should be able to get to both of them, which would be ideal. If not, we can just move it around. And just had a shuttle crash come in, which, if we can get over there quick enough, should yield us a little bit of resources. Not a crazy amount, but a couple backpacks wouldn't be a bad thing. And then we can always break this down and get like an advanced component from it, which would be quite nice. Solarian died pretty much on impact, as we've seen in the other playthroughs. That is what normally happens. Solarians are particularly weak. Mining a whole bunch of steel over here, so I think we'd have to wall across this bit, which actually then gives us a chance to turn that into a hard point, which I like the sound of. As for the components, we got a decent amount, so yeah, we can just go and wall this off now, which is something that we don't need to worry about later. And that will go across there. Then I think we'll probably put the door in, dog's leg, and that old technique. Seems to work quite well. And no, we don't want human bodies in the storeroom, thank you. Where would you be putting it? Oh, into this one. No, that's off as well. Where do you think you're taking that body? Into the body bag. That makes sense. Okay. Already got two lovers, so Linla and Kelsan, I guess is how you say it. Right, so that means we need to go into furniture, and then we need to find a prefab double bed. Cool, and what can we make it out of? I think we've still got a bit of wood, so we'll just chuck that in. And then we will then reinstall that bed to there. Cool, and that should be everyone with a bed then. That seems alright. Empire of the Sun is dropping straight on top of us. Oh, cheers, guys. Okay, having a drop pod land on you, turns out it hurts. Okay, we might cataphract armor. Yeah, we are going to need some bionics going down pretty soon. So I think we wait until the first one gets around the corner, so then we can get all of them together and then drop it. Cool. They can't really do too much against us, and we should be able to just shoot through their armor and hopefully take them down before they can take us out. But we are doing no damage to that, matey. Okay, first one's through. Okay, we're going to need a second bionic going off super soon. Can you get this off before he shoots you in the face? Is that doable? Oh, apparently not. Melee, you're going to have to come around here. Shoot him in the back. Thankfully, how long have you got? 12 conditions need ending. You move to here, can you? Oh, actually, that being said, this is a whole bunch of kit, so let's strip them off. Strip them off. And strip them off. We should be able to sell this stuff. Gonna need you to move there. Awesome. I'll tell you what, that is not bad. Straight off the start. Okay, this now needs to be a hospital bed. And this also has to be a hospital bed. And how are you doing? You're fine. You can go off there. You can go off. You also need tending to, and so do you. And you need tending to first. So you rest until healed. Okay, rescue. So this is where the Medigel is going to come in super handy. She has 2 hours. They'll be able to go up, tend, and heal. Do you mind rescuing? Cool. How long have you got? Only got 13 conditions, but nothing needs to be done urgently. But if you could go, not assigned a doctor in, what about you? Medical of 0.17. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be doing too much. And what about you? 0.83. Awesome. So we have one doctor. That might be something that we need to look into pretty soon. So yeah, straight back up to full health. Blood loss moderate. Nixon, straight into there. Cool, you're going down. Alright, I think that we done okay. Seeing as we now have a whole bunch of garbage from those guys attacking us, we have put in a comms console, which should allow us to call in a trade ship because we also have a trade beacon put in. Now, I don't know if we have any silver, which is probably something that we should check. And I think the answer is no, we don't. So we can't even call a trade ship in anytime soon. But once we can, well, I guess we call a trade ship in. Nothing too fancy with that one. Also, what we can do is we go tool shelves, make them out of granite. And this is just going to allow us to store a bunch more, well, kit. Because it's all on the floor, it's all taking up a lot of space that it doesn't need to. We can store 8 in one of these. So that's 16 bits, which is going to be a decent chunk of this. Put it into there, and also stops the stuff being left outside. Because if it gets left outside, it spoils. The batteries are up and operational, and they hold just about enough juice to tie us over through the night, which is quite useful for us. Bunch more steel down there, and we also have some more compact components here, which is looking alright. And everyone wants to get rid of this Alliance armor. Like I said, the Alliance armor isn't particularly good, but I think it is fitting with the playthrough, and that is what we are sticking with. Got the blood pack coming in, so a bunch of traders. Well, slave traders, which is really good for us. But they are not in their kit. So what I'm interested in is if they only really use that kit when they are coming to attack, which I guess would be pretty cool. As for weapons, all fairly pretty basic stuff. Actually, give me one sec, maybe it's in the mod options. Okay, couldn't see anything, so we will just see what happens and then we'll take it from there. Seems a little bit odd, but power armor is worth a crazy amount. So that's cataphact armor, normal quality. It's only got 68 hit points, and it's worth 1,788. But what this does mean is we're now going to have a bunch more silver, which means we'll be able to get onto the old comms console and shift the last of this stuff and maybe pick up some better equipment. And we also have the Drell coming in, who have a bulk's good trader, so we're going to be able to sell even more stuff off as well. That drop at the start could have wiped us out, but we thankfully managed to hold. But all it's saying to me is that we need some bigger weapons that are harder hitting, and we need better armor as well. Alright, it's looking like we're going to have all of the traders in this. So, Slaver from the Deer Clan coming in, Bulk's Good Trader from the Krogan Castaways, and Bulk's Good Trader from the Gababul tribe. Okay. I'm sure we should be able to pick something useful up from all of those. And just realised we are now out of food. Everyone is starting to eat rice, which obviously isn't what we want. Actually, making proper food is going to be far more efficient. But we did just get hit by a drought, so having a drought kind of makes it a little bit difficult to grow anything, unfortunately. And here we go. Yeah, these Krogans are actually geared up in the correct armour. And that's Alliance armour normal. Sweet. Alright, I'm liking this. This is interesting. The Asari moving in, yet again, geared up in the proper kit. It's pretty smart. Okay, and Nixon has got food poisoning because of dangerous food. Yeah, I can see that. So, we are now going to make ourselves a little kitchen. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to split the kitchen in half. So half it's going to be the butcher room, and then we mine out, and then the other half's going to be the kitchen. That should... Well, obviously it won't stop the food problem, because the food problem is we don't have any food. But when we do, we're going to be able to cook it up. Because right now, we are not going to get any massive amount of time off these rice plants. Kind of the reason why we wanted to get the hydroponics up right at the start. Because if we have hydroponics up at the start, then we don't have to worry about droughts. That being said, we probably could still do it, but we are running super low on components. We are doing okay on the money front, so I think what we do is we try to get maybe a week's worth of emergency supplies. So we're going to get 38 of them. They're going to tie us over for a little bit, not forever, but hopefully long enough for the drought to clear. And if the drought doesn't clear in that time, maybe it's long enough to get the hydroponics up. Now everyone is leaving, which is cool. So we've now got the map back to ourselves, and the mech hive is coming in. What is it going to be? Right. That is really actually quite dangerous for us right now. So if we go here, we go charge lance 5x35. That can penetrate 30mm of armor. We only have 13mm of armor. Then this thing is launching 60mm mortar incendiaries, and flames are super dangerous. So what are you going to be doing? Promethean flame, so that will just go pretty much straight for our armor anyway. Yeah, that's not going to be much fun. So I think we need to get everyone together, try to hug the wall, deny them their range, and then chuck down bionic singularity, followed by bionic flare, and then everything we got. We've also got tactical cloak, sabotage, and overload. Overload's good, that's going to shut down the mechs and damage them, so we'll turn that on. Sabotage will turn one onto our side. So who has that? Okay, let's drop this. You don't need that. I'm not sure why you are refusing to pick up rounds of ammunition, because that is quite important right now. But if we can get you start moving this way, we'll tactical cloak it in, so we'll try to get as close as we can, then drop down an overload, well, sabotage it into an overload, and hopefully we can cause a little bit of damage. Most of the people are inside the base, so I don't think we're going to have too much to worry about. They're also on draft, so we should be good. Tactical cloak now, if you would kindly. Going to be shooting up that turret pretty rapid. Sabotage onto this one. So they're going to be fighting each other. Overload onto this. See if this does anything extra. Cool, overload basically wipes it out. And how long do we have left on this one? A little while. I doubt anything's going to come back online on the way over. But you do have an Omni tool. So we can get you to at least tie one over. Onto that. Then that should open up the space for these guys to move in and hopefully take it out. That pikeman is down. Okay, cool. Turns out Omni tools, devastating in combat extended. Absolute beasts. Might not do too well if everyone shoots him. Right. Okay, dealt with that. Okay, that's not too bad. First run in with the mechanoids, and we have done okay. Things that we do need. We need more ammo production, because for some reason, we did have 1,500 rounds at the start, and we definitely don't have that anymore. Prefab stove is going in. And now we also have a combat trader from the Blue Suns, which is pretty cool. So most of these guys, for some reason, are on our side at the moment. We are playing Rim War, so it is randomized who's on your team and who's against you. But I definitely appreciate these guys being on our side instead of them trying to take us out. And are you going to have any weapons for us? They got Halberd, which is good. N7 Eagle, M15 Vindicator, not bad. But if you've got heavy armor, that'd be really good. And yeah, the heavy armor is super expensive. So normal quality is 5,000. N7 heavy armor, poor quality, is 5,600. A little bit more than what we are willing to pay for that quality. Just had a slave trader come in from the nation of Tabori, and they do have an extra Asari with them. Now, psychically deaf, not an issue. Beautiful and healthy, which are all good things to have. And can plant, can animal, even though it says incapable of animals, but definitely says animals there. Mining of 7, plants of 6, crafting of 3, artistic of 7, and a medical of 12. generally just going to be useful all round, and a medical of 12 is very nice. And then they also have another elder Asari here who has a social of 20, pyromaniac, night owl, restless and bisexual. Not as good traits. So let's pick this one up, setting us back 3,400. Not an issue, but hopefully should be able to help us out a decent amount. And the Empire of the Sun is at it again, and they are coming at us. Thankfully their drop pods went haywire, and we got a whole bunch of people in our base, a whole bunch of slavers. Now these guys are pretty tough, they're well equipped, but it looks like they are not fans of the other people, or the other people aren't fans of them, so we should be alright. And these guys have decent enough equipment, but wow, that just shredded through them. And of course you got hit, why wouldn't you? You're a new recruit, just mingling with everyone else. 2,000 rounds and a good gun, plus armor. I think that is worth a punt. See if we can get that. Over here, nothing too much. Famous. Not as scary as the last raid, and that dropped straight on top of us. So yeah, I reckon we just need to use bionics on them, get them all grouped together and then take them out. We're going to need to take this bed, turn that into a medical. You go off there, you rest. And where is Benzia? I'm going to need you to heal up if you can for me, please. Prioritize tending. Now how bad is it? Not so bad, so let's go down to industrial and not waste our good medicine. The Empire of the Sun is coming in. Okay, and that's that slave that we looked at earlier, already down. So, turns out, being in a bunch of armor with shields is really good against most things. Vultures are tough, but they're not invincible. Well, it's more that they don't stay down. We've got another rifle out of this, and we'll let everyone else duke it out along here, and then we'll just pick through the remains. The vultures will get back up, but in the meantime what we can do is we can pick that up. And can you pick up all of those? Cool. Now we've got some more ammo. Okay, someone got attacked. Who's now turned hostile on us? Attack squirrel. We didn't do anything. Right, it looks like it's the Blue Suns. Cool, we got beef with the Blue Suns. They're about to take out that turret. Well, I thought that was going really, really well for a while. Turns out, maybe not. And then also, we got beef with the Mercs. Cool, let's see who's fighting who. And what problems do we have now? Cool, a lot of them. Everyone into here, if we can. Take out some of the Taurians. Ideally knock them down and then loot their stuff. Mercenaries are trapped and are trying to escape. Okay, cool. Strip him of his kit. And that's given us a bunch more ammo. I'm going to need to change back to that and pick these up for me. Taking our turret out. I'm pretty sure I told you to get back in, but okay. And Nynx, what are you doing out there? You just stood there. Amazing. What could go wrong? Stealing what they can and leaving. Everything's burning down. A whole bunch of Muffalo have been killed. Ooh, if he gets taken down, we would like that. He has a Widow on him. That's a bit of a beast of a weapon. Okay, you guys, see if you can come out. See if you can take the shot. Anyone want to rescue you? Cool. Yeah, I don't think running out into these guys was the best idea. They're fairly tough. But it looks like... yeah, that's a Heavy Alliance suit. And a Architect shield belt. Oh, this is stuff we saw on the traders earlier. Cool, cool, cool. Let's change this over to manual. Firefighting on 1, patient on 1, doctoring on 1. Other than you guys who can't do it. And then bed rest on 1. Clear this out. I'm going to get a bunch more kit. Hopefully rescue a few people. Do you mind There we go, cool. Bunch more ammo. That's obviously something that's quite important to us right now because we are not going to be able to use it for a long time. Get these fires out, and then let's take an inventory on what we got. Put 2 sleeping spots into here, so this is going to be the hospital for the moment. We did take a bit of a kick in, and if you could strip him down, you're bleeding out in 8 hours, so we kind of need you back into here. Cool, yeah, it looks like you're going to move back. Dia is going to heal up the others, and then that's all we got to do is just start working through, start healing everybody, and then we're going to be fine. Once she's back up, we will be in a very good situation because she is our top medic right now. And then if I can get you to here, and then prioritize tending Liana. And do we rescue this one? Liara, rescue her. Right. This is going to be a lot of hauling and a lot of trading. Otherwise, we are in a considerable amount of trouble. Our wealth must be skyrocketing. Well, our total wealth has gone down since we started, which I take as a good thing, but we wait until it pings over till tomorrow, and yeah, that will be a lot higher. Was kind of hoping that we'd have a moment to get all of our stuff together and then be able to start selling it off, but no, we already have attack coming in from the Blue Suns, which is fair enough. Not a massive raid, but these guns are very powerful. And we've got a couple guys with sniper rifles which are just going to be able to punch through our armor super quick. And yet again, no, tell a lie, you're loaded. I think we found all the ammo. Auto pistol and a riot shield. You weirdo. It's literally like, we got all this spacer tech, let's go pick up a shield and a pistol. Yes. No, don't do that. Equip that. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's all just move down before they start shelling, because we are not going to be super quick. We're missing a lot of decent weapons. I think if we can get a couple like good singularities off, get them pinned in, and then just blast them with everything, and then we follow that up with bionic flare, we should be good. It turns out you can't steal the uranium heavy artillery pieces, but that 81mm mortar might be quite nice. However, I think just breaking it down and having the plasteel might be better for us at the moment. Because, yeah, we have a lot of wealth as it is, so why not? Reload. Liara's caught up, Kelzan is here, Dia is now shown up as well. Liara just took a face full of lead, and Liara's down. Amazing. Gonna need you to move in, bionic singularity, whenever you can. Come on, move, bionic singularity. Let's drop this here, see if we can pull anyone else in, and then this. Bionic flare, let's see what happens. Oosh. Well, that's fun. I like that power. Okay, how long you got? You got 8 hours. Liara, you got 18. Kalzan, you are fine. So, rescue. You're going back to bed anyway. You can't. Oh, yes, you can. You got powers. And considering that it is flame-based, I think if we use another singularity, moving in. We can't get both of them, but you can pull him in. So he's now caught. Bionic flare into this section. Didn't do a massive amount of damage there, but I don't think we need to take too many more of them out. It's just going to be about shooting and moving. Well, they are doing alright, all things considered. But yeah, decent armour, decent weapons. Well, this is quite a difficult first episode. I got a feeling that this is not going to be a long series somehow. It's going to be fun, but it's not going to be long. Move. Once they come around the corner, because they got shorter range, we should be able to do a fair amount of damage, unless we get slotted again like that. Let's go here. You're stuck, and then we can just shoot you until you die. Cool, that's 2 of them down. I'm not sure if we can go in. Can we go in? No, we get caught there as well. You going to shoot? No, you're reloading. And which one is this? Ballista. Cool. Well, safe to say we got spare armor, which I don't think is the worst thing. And a bunch of extra guns. And what was your kit? Lance armor normal. And a shield belt. Fine. I need you going off there. Have you been healed up? No, you haven't been healed up. Benzo, what's up with you? Of course, you're on smoke leaf. And you got a permanent gunshot to the brain. So you're not really going to be doing too much. Right. Okay, well, this is going to take a little bit of planning and figuring out. So thank you very much for watching episode 1 of the Asaris. I've been Konzi. All your likes, comments, sub support are amazing. You know what you need to do for the algorithm. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.